Good morning, students. And now I am going to continue the discussion with association rule mining. So already we started the association rule mining with a priori algorithm. We are using the priori algorithm. We are able to identify the frequent patterns. What we are able to identify? Frequent patterns. Based on the principle. What is the principle? All non-empty subsets of a frequent item set must be frequent. So based on that a priori principle, we are able to identify the what we are able to identify frequent patterns. We are able to identify the frequent patterns. And now continuation to that discussion. So what is the method we have followed in the identification of frequent patterns is each and every time we are able to generate the candidate key. And here using the candidate key we are able to generate the frequent item sets like L1, L2, L3, L4, so on. So here L1 is generated based on the C1 which is having minimum support. So what is the C1 candidate one item set and which are having minimum support, which are the transactions which are satisfying the minimum support are considered for L1. And in order to generate the L2, what we did, so for generating the L2 we are taken the minimum support transactions which are mentioned under C2, and the C2 can be generated based on the L1 self joined with L1. Like this we have generated the C2, then C3 L2 self joined with L2. So this is the way we have created frequent item sets in case of a priori algorithm. And here the drawback is, in case of a priori algorithm, the drawback what we have seen is in each and every step what we have to generate frequent candidate sets are going to be generated. So that is the major drawback of the a priori algorithm. In order to overcome such major drawback, what we are going to do, we are going to take the another algorithm, that is FP tree, frequent pattern tree. So it is a tree in the sense the tree consists of nodes and branches, and here how the nodes are going to be created and how we are going to construct the frequent pattern tree and how can we generate the frequent item sets. So that we are going to have a discussion here. And for that I am going to consider one example, which is the problem which is given in your textbook itself. And here this is the table which is given to us. So I am going to consider this the same table. So this is the transactional database which is given to us, and using this transactional database what we are going to do, we are going to construct the FP tree. And here before going to start the process, observe carefully. Transaction database consists of transaction IDs and list of items which are mentioned under each and every transaction. And here what we are going to do, whatever the transactions or whatever the list of items which are given to us, just prepare first one item set. Okay, so what is the one item set? If you go to the one item set, we are going to get I1, I2, I3, I4, I5. If you scan the database, these are the items which you are going to be identified. And here if you take the minimum support of I1, it will be 6, it will be 7, and for I3 it is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, again it is 6, and for I4 it is 2, and for I5 it is 2. Okay, so these are the minimum support. Minimum support in the sense the number of occurrences. Otherwise here you can take frequency, and here item set and frequency. What is the frequency? The number of occurrence of I1 is 6, I2 is 7, I3 is 6, I4 is 2, I5 is 2. So if you are going to arrange these item sets in descending order, it will start with I2, then I1, then I3, then I4, then I5. As per the descending order, you have to rearrange these list of item sets in each and every transaction. So what is going to be happen? So as per the order, what is the element which comes first? I2 comes first. Why? Because I2 is given as a 7. Okay, and 7 the frequency of I2 is 7. So here we are going to get the T100. Listen. So what we are going to write here, T100, T200, T300, T400, T500. How many transactions are there? Like this, T600, T700, T800, T900. Okay, and here there are 9 transactions are there, and here what I am going to do, I am going to re-specify whatever the transactions which we are going to have, all are going to be re-specified. That means rewriting the list of items. So in which order we need to rewrite? In case of descending order. Okay, let me read. T100 is given as I1, I2, I5. Now I have to write I2, I1, I5. I2 comes first, right? And next T200, I2, I4. Next T300, I2, I3. T400, I2, I1, I4. Next T500, I1, I3. T600, I2, I3. T700, I1, I3. T800, I2, I1, I3, I5. T900, I2, I1, I3. So in all transactions, I2 comes first. So why? Because I2 is having the highest number of frequency. Now we have rewritten the list of items as per the descending order. Now I am going to take construction of FP tree. So in order to construct the FP tree, first of all we need to start with what we need to do. We have to start with empty node like this. Empty data set is the highest, and next level. So what is the first transaction? Just observe the first transaction, I2, I1, I5. I am going to take one node, that is I2, right? Next I1, next I5, third level I5. Okay, so here I am going to mark the number of frequency, I2 for once, I1 for once, I5 for once, right? And next second transaction, I2, I4. I2 already is there, I4, next second level I4. I am going to construct I2, I4. And now I am going to mark the frequency. I2 is 2 and I4 is for 1, right? And the next third transaction, I2, I3. I2, again I2 is there. You have to construct the I3, right? And now again what I am going to do, I am going to count the frequency, I2, I3. I2 for thrice and I3 for once. Next T400, if you look at the T400, I2, I1, I4. I2, I1, I4, third level I4. There is no node, so you have to create the node, and the frequency is 1. This T400 is over. Next T500, I1, I3. Is there any I1? I1 is at second level, but what we require? First level I1. I1. I'm going to mark it as I1, and I1 is marked. Now I am going to take the frequency 1. Next, I3 at second level. I3 at second level. There is an I3 at second level, but also the parent is I2. Here the parent is I1. So what we have to take? We have to take the frequency 1 again. Next, I2, I3. So what will be the frequency of I2? 5. And I3 at second level. Is there any I3 at second level? This. So I am going to make it as 2. Next, T600, I2, I3 again. So I think T600 is over. Next, T700, I1, I3. I1, I3. T800, I2, I1, I3, I5. I2, I1. Next, I3. Is there any I3? There is no I3 at the third level. So what we have to do? We have to construct I3. Next, I5. I5. So what we have to do? Now we have to identify the frequency. I1, I2 is incremented and I1 is incremented. Next, I3 is specified as 1, I5 1. Next, I2, I1, I3. I2 7 times, I1 4 times. Next, I3 2 times. Now if you look at the FP tree, I2 count is mentioned as 7. Next, I1 count here 2 plus 4, 6. I1 as 6. Next, I3 as appeared for 2. Here 2. Here 2, 4. And anything here? Is there anything? Here 2, here 2, here 2. Total 6. Next, I4 here 1, here 1, 2. I5 here 1, here 1, 2. So what we completed? So already whatever we have taken the frequencies all are mapped. Okay. So that what we achieved. So whatever the transactions we have taken and we have rearranged. So as it is, we are able to reconstruct the tree. Yes or no? So we have completed the construction of tree. So initially we started with empty set. Then what we did? We are able to take the transactions as per the transaction ID in descending order and considering the levels. So we are able to construct the FP tree. Why? Because tree is basically hierarchical data represented. Whatever the data values we are going to be considered, those are going to be represented hierarchically. So hierarchically in the sense the level is important. Okay. So whenever the node comes first, that means that is the highest level, and the node comes next, that is the next level. Okay. So by considering that, we are able to construct the FP tree. So here construction of FP tree as then. So here after constructing the FP tree, what we have to do? We have to generate the frequent patterns. So if you want, you can check it out with this. So this is the diagram which is given in our textbook. Right. Okay. See there. So I2 7 times, I4 4 times, I3 twice, I4 once, I3 twice, I1 twice. So as per the textbook, we already completed the construction of tree. Now what we have to do? Now we are going with FP3 frequent pattern generation. So for that, see this table. If you look at here, right. So in the previous, so this is the table we have taken. So I will explain this table. So before that, see this. This is the tree we are going to we have constructed. Now we are going to generate the conditional pattern base and conditional FP tree. So for that, what we have to take, we have to come with one after another. First, we are going with IF. What is the node? We are going to change item IF. So IF, what is the path for IF? So just we seen the tree. So in the tree IF, so this is the fifth item. So what is the pattern? I2, I1, I3, I5. How can we reach the I5? I2, I1, I3. And one more is I2, I1. So that we are going to mention here. See this. What is the path? I2, I1, I3. How many nodes? Only one node. And one more node is there, that is I2, I1. So this is one node. Okay. And next, in the same way, I4. Where is the I4? I2, I1. One node is there. Next I2, another node is there. Next I3. For I3, if you look at the tree I2, I1, there are two nodes, and from I2 there are two nodes, and from I1 there are two nodes, and I1, I2, four nodes. That's it. Okay. And I2 0. So empty. This will be remaining to our empty sets. Is it clear? So just here I5 path is I2, I1, I3. I5 path is I2, I1. I4 path is I2, I1. And I4 path is I2. And I3 path is I2. And I3 path is I1. For I1 empty set, for I2 empty set. Okay. So this is the way we are going to construct the conditional pattern base. If you look at here, you are able to find I2, I1, I2, I1, I3, I2, I1. Are you able to see? So this is the conditional pattern base. Next, what we have to do, conditional FP tree. How can we get the FP tree? So whatever the transactions which are mentioned under conditional pattern space, so if they are satisfying minimum support, you can condition like this. Conditional FP tree. I2, I1, I2 appeared for twice, I1 appeared for twice. See there, second level I1. First level I1, I2, second level I1. So I2 for twice, I1 for twice. First level lo I2 okkar undi, second transaction lo I2 first level lo okkar undi. So total I2 twice. So here I2 is there at first level, here first level, total I2 twice. And next I1 for second level once, second level once. Next I3 only once. The minimum support we have taken as 2 so that we can discard this. Next in the same way I2 first level once, I2 twice. I1 second level once. The minimum support is 2, so we can discard this. Next in the same way I2 at first level 4 times. I1 at second level 2 times, I1 at first level 2 times. Next I2 4 times. Like this we have generated the conditional FP tree. And then frequent patterns. So I2 combinations, I2, I5 twice, I1 I5 twice, next I2 I1 I5 twice, right? And next I2 I4 twice, I2 I3 4 times, I1 I3 4 times, I2 I1 I3 2 times, I2 I1 I4 4 times. This is the way we are going to generate the frequent patterns. So these are the frequent patterns which are generated. So for this, what we have seen, once again I am going to explain. Initially we started with transactional database, and each and every list of items we have arranged in descending order. Then we started constructing FP tree. For that we started with empty set, and for observing each and every list of items and rearranging the items one after another, and as per the frequency we are going to increase the frequency. And after constructing the FP tree, for each and every node we have taken the path, and from that path whatever the transactions or whatever the items which are satisfying minimum support, they are considered for conditional FP tree. Then by combining with a given item we are going to generate the frequent patterns. So this is the way we are going to generate frequent patterns, and this is the FP tree algorithm. Am I clear with you? I hope. And if you find any doubts you can raise and we can have a discussion. Thank you.